But so yeah, that's what happened to House of Tease, the
Yeah.
part 1.0.
And yeah, we ended it all, which is crazy. And then every year after that, like a few years after that, I was like, ugh, fuck that bitch. And then it
Mhm.
started becoming where like, as you get older, of course, your mindset changes, your priorities change. And especially in your 30s, you start realizing different things in life. And there was one moment where I thought about it every year, and that year was different because I looked back and I was like, was that really necessary to fight like that? Like, did we really have to go there? Like, I started questioning and be like, I guess. And then I just blew it off. And then the next year, I'm like, I thought about it again and I'm like, wait, that was actually stupid. Like, that is the dumbest fight ever. So every year up until now, I began telling myself, like, that was dumb. Like, why did we end our friendship? We had such a beautiful friendship that makes no sense. And spare of the moment, I think I sent you a message. No, I did send you a message of like kind of apologizing and letting you know that like I regret everything and like I don't even know what I said, but it was a big paragraph that I sent you.
Yeah, I
And you
mean,
responded immediately.
yeah, it's funny. I remember it exactly. But yeah, I remember the same. The years after that, I just remember like randomly people would be like, "Oh, guess who I saw out last night?" And I'm like, "Who?" Like Desiree, and I'm like, "Fuck her." Don't know who the fuck. And it's like she's probably up to her fucking old ass shenanigans.
Oh my God. Who did you
And
tell this to? I need to have a conversation with them.
I know. I think it was like Anthony or some
Oh,
shit.
of course.
And
Shout out
then
to Anthony.
Anthony, I love my hair. And then I found out you moved in with like Royce, and I was like, that traitor faggot bitch.
You hear that, Royce? Do you hear that, Royce?
I was like, what a fucking traitor. I knew he was a fucking traitor. That
Oh
fucking
my
bitch.
God. Hateful bitch.
Right. I was like, ugh, I'm done. So I was like, whatever.
But
And
didn't you still remain friends with him on Facebook?
yeah, I mean, he never really did anything to me directly. I
Yeah.
mean, I get it. New York City is a tough place to live. You got to do what you got to do. Well, yeah. When someone told me that, oh, I live in the desert, and I'm like, good for you.
Dang.
But at this point already, I was already like living here in Vegas, and
Oh yeah, when did you move to Vegas?
2017,
Oh
January
wow.
2017, because I met Phil Dec- December. No, no, no. I met him in 2016, and then
Okay.
we dated for a year, and then my parents moved to Vegas, and I thought we were just gonna go there for a little vacay, and because I'd never been to Vegas,
Yeah.
and I remember my parents were just moving here, and they were like needed to, like help to settle into a new apartment and stuff. So I was like telling Phil, it's like, why don't we just go to Vegas and help them out? And then when I came here, like my dad didn't look well; he was hospitalized.
Oh
My mom
God.
didn't look like everything just like fell apart, and I was just like, And then my aunties here were all like, "You need to move here. You need to help them." Blah blah blah. And I was like, "Oh my god."
Oh no.
And yeah, and I think like when we came here for the first time, I was like, it's not that bad.
Yeah.
And then I started looking at apartments, and in comparison to like New York, everything looked so cheap. I was like, wow, we get this apartment for how much? And then we don't have to put a huge deposit down or
I know it was like
anything.
$500 or something like that.
Yeah. Please, the deposit here back then was $250.
Oh
Yeah,
wow.
and it was like we were already in like the luxury apartments of Vegas. I was like, oh my god, like a swimming pool, gym,
Girl,
like
all the amenities that I get here for the
with
fraction of a price, like I just can't go back. Like
no,
not unless we're millionaires.
for real. Like Desiree, like every year I would always think about it. I'd be like, how's that? I wonder how that bitch Desiree is doing.
Yeah, I called you bitch sometimes.
I was
aside
like,
from other words.
I was like, I wonder what that bitch is up to. And then you know what? Like, and then again, people would be like, "Would you ever become friends with Desiree?" And for years, I was like, "No, fuck her."
Yeah.
Fuck
No. Ew. I'm like,
that.
"Ew, no."
Yeah,
Like,
and
no, not with
then
her, not with that hateful oh, not with her. Oh, sorry.
right, and then but then after a while, it's just like I think about it, and you get older. You're right, and then I was kind of like, "Oh my god, that was so stupid." Honestly, if you think about it.
Yeah.
you know? And yeah, and I saw your message and it was so funny because I was actually talking to my coworkers, Kate and Kimberly, and we were
Yeah.
sitting at the E bar at Nordstrom,
Oh,
and then
really?
randomly get this message like, "You got a message from Desiree Missy." I was like, "What the fuck is this?" I even told them they were there.
Were
I
you
was like,
shocked?
"Yeah." I was like, "Did I ever tell you about my friend from New York that I had a huge falling out with?" And they're like, "I think so." And I'm like, "Well, that bitch just texted me." And then everyone was like, "Oh my god."
What did she
Like,
say? What did she say?
yeah, they're like, "Are you gonna respond?" I'm like, "You know what?" I was like, "Yeah, I will respond because I don't have any, hate anymore. It's over. It's done with. Like, so many
Yeah.
years have passed." And
Yeah.
that was that.
And here we are.
And here we are. And I didn't remember the first that in that message you were like apologizing. And you were like, "Well, maybe we should just restart House of Tease." Like that was like, it's like okay, because it was like I felt like House of Tease had something special, and I agreed with you on that, and that's
And it
why.
does. We everyone told us when we did our channel back in the day, and this was like back in the day, like 2011, which is not that far away, but it seems like fucking ages ago. We had
Right.
something special.
Yeah. And then now there's this huge like trans explosion. Like everyone's like coming out of the woodworks and so it's like
Yeah,
why not bring it back?
yeah.
We
I
have I
mean,
think we both have so much to offer and I feel like both of our like skill sets have just been lying dormant for so many years
ugh, girl,
and we've
tell me
been
about it.
wasting it working in retail.
Oof.
Literally wasting.
I can't wait till the day we're not working in retail anymore.
All right?
And then I'm
And you
gonna
know
make a
what?
documentary.
Okay. And we're like not getting younger either. So
I know, I just turned 38 yesterday.
and I turned 42 in January.
We don't look at
So
that. We don't look at.
it was so cute.
So yeah,
You
that's what
know.
happens.
So that's
That's
what
what
happened
happens.
in a nutshell. So yeah, what's the next question?
Okay. And by the way, all of our mutual friends were so happy that we were back together.
And to be honest, it feels like no time has passed.
No, literally, when we
Literally.
FaceTime for the first time, like
It was like I saw that bitch yesterday.
we picked up right before our fight. Like literally, was
Right.
just like back
It's
to
like, can you
like
believe last night? I was so stupid.
like all these years that happened in between were just a dream, like we were a blur. Like, oh my
It's like,
god, what
oh,
happened?
we
Did
did
we go
that?
into the future?
It's like in Death Becomes Her. It's like mad. Hello.
And that's why I
But yeah,
believe if friendships are meant to be, they're gonna circle back.
it's true. And someone told me that because, I am very much known to be the friend that if you wrong me, I guess I'm very much a Capricorn in the
I was
sense,
just gonna say that you're such a Capricorn.
yeah, where I'm very, very loyal. I'm like a very loyal friend. I will be there. I will like support you. I am like have your back. But
Yeah,
if you stab me in the back, it's over. Like I will like disown your ass so fast. I won't even think twice.
yeah.
So as I get older, honestly, I felt like that's not really a good trait to have. So I used to think it was like empowering to be able to just like cut people off, but
Well, it
at the
was like
same
a
time,
defense. It was like a defense mechanism. You had no choice but to use it. No one else is like protecting you at that time
right.
but yourself. So of course,
Yeah, so I definitely have in the past have relationships that I cut off really quickly because of something they did or said. And I believe that if we're meant to be friends, we'll come back. You know what I mean?
yeah, it's true.
So what's the next question?
Okay, let's see. The next question is, what is currently going on with House of Tease?
Hmm.
Well,
Well, the
funny
fact that
that
it
you would
took us
ask that.
right, the fact that it took us like th- 5 hours to just set this bitch up and 2 months to like start recording
I know,
says a
girl.
lot.
Says a lot. I don't know if like it's just like we don't understand it or we just like I don't know, we're new at it. I feel like we're new but we're not because we did it
Yeah.
before and we figured it out, but there's just so much new stuff now that,
I mean, podcasts weren't even a thing back then.
oh
So,
no. Okay, chorizo.
but yeah, so this is all new. I mean, literally, the setup is just all
I
new to
know.
me.
But we're figuring it out and we're I think we're gonna get the right equipment and it's just gonna be easier where we're not gonna be stressed.
I mean, even the equipment we have right now is like a huge step up from when we started YouTube.
Oh
Like,
my god.
we literally had just an iPad and we would use the light from the TV
The TV, we would sit in front of the couch and we would set up the laptop and then we would use the TV
as
for
our
the
lighting.
light.
And then we'd put it on like white screen or something so that it was like a bright light.
I mean, it worked. I mean, no, given if we would have seen, I wish we'd have kept those. I wish I would have just like hidden them or something.
I
But
know.
whatever. Um, yeah, they were really bad lighting.
Yeah, it was really bad lighting. But you know what? It's all right. I mean, we'll get there.
Yeah, we're gonna get there.
So, in terms of where House of Tea is going,
Yes.
oh, there's
Where's
so
she going?
much.
Where's she going?
I think
Well,
we just
she's gonna go to Vegas and she's gonna go to Houston. That's where it's
yes.
going.
Yes, that is something I definitely want to be a focus on House of Teas is not only about us, but about where we live because we both live in very like energetic cities.
Yeah,
So
we do.
I mean, there's so much to do in Vegas and there's so much to do in Houston in different ways. And it would just be really nice to like showcase that and talk about it. I mean, something that I told you, like when we were talking about restarting House of Tease, is
Hmm.
that I didn't want it to be just about us being trans.
No, no,
I'm not trying to be an activist. I'm not trying to like sit on a soapbox and talk about it. I just want us being trans to be a just another thing amongst a plethora of traits that make up who we are.
correct.
Like it just happens to be that we're trans. I don't even want like our audience to think of it like, oh, let's watch those trans
Those trannies.
those lady boys.
Ew.
So I wanted to focus on like fashion, food, our cultures, because our cultures are such a big part of our lives, obviously. I
Yeah,
am
they are.
so like proud of being Filipino and Desiree is so proud to be Mexican. And our cultures are very similar in so many ways. And
Oh my god, they are.
we just really want to share that with everybody and
Yeah.
show those similarities. Like maybe one day we'll go to Mexico and you go to the Philippines and we'll see
Oh my
those.
god.
You know
I
what I
would love to
mean?
go. So yeah, that's where House of Teas is currently going. Again, I totally agree. I don't want it to just be about us being trans. If we may tap into trans issues here and there, if
Yeah,
they're if they affect us a lot, but I don't want people just thinking that they have to be trans to tune in. Like, this should be for everyone
totally.
to enjoy.
Right, totally. And I like the fact that we're both, we also have like we represent different sizes and that we can talk about like inclusivity in terms of like, standard sizes and plus sizes. So we kind of cover the spectrum in terms of like relatability and having viewers for, an array of things. Our plan is for, for Desiree to come here and constantly have, do these kind of like videos about different topics and um, see what you guys want to hear and listen to, feedback from what you have to say.
That is true. So please
Yes.
leave comments. Leave us comments of like what you want us to talk about.
All right. And can we talk about this mascara? Like, I love
Is
this
that by
mascara.
Mac?
Yes, this one, the extended play perm. My God, it's so
Oh
good.
wow. So, leading up to the last question, where do you see House of Tease in the future?
Well, I definitely want us to, find our people, find a community that has the same, interests, the same mindset. I would love for us to travel. Like, that would be
Oh,
amazing.
yes.
I would love for us to, like, get involved in, like, the fashion industry and get just to see the world. And it's like, I would love to just, go all over the world pretty much. I
Sit
mean,
front row at the next fashion show of
right.
everyone. Everyone.
Right. Because, we both work in fashion. I mean, Desiree works for Zimmerman and I work at Nordstrom. So fashion plays a huge part of our lifestyles. I guess people always say, like, oh, Veronica, you're such a label whore. And I'm like, actually, I'm not. I don't think I'm a label whore. I think I'm a style whore. There's like a difference. You know what I mean? Because honestly, I don't
That
really
is a
have a
difference.
lot of, yeah, I don't have a lot of designer clothes, to be honest, or accessories or anything. Like everything that I have, like I'm obsessed with like the look, you know?
I do have a lot of designer only because I was very fortunate and lucky to go to all these sample sales when I worked for certain companies, and they also had employee websites, and I I took advantage.
Okay, I'm not mad at that.
So, but I've changed the way of how I shop. I don't shop, in bulks anymore. I take my time to like curate a piece that's gonna integrate with my current closet. And if I can't picture 5 outfits with that particular piece with my current closet, then I don't even consider buying it. So yes, this is House of Teas. Obviously, this is gonna
Yeah,
get better and better and better as we figure technical shit.
yes. All right. Well, guys,
Okay.
thank you so much for sitting through this. If you made it this far, thank you.
Thank you.
For bearing with us during the little technical difficulties and for sticking with us, some of our hardcore like viewers and friends that have been anticipating the return of House of Teas. So thank you guys for the
Thank you.
support. Love you
Thank you so
guys.
much. We love you
Yes.
so much.
We do. So again, I would love to hear what you guys have to say about what we could talk about, what we should do. We need like as many ideas as possible. Um, yeah. So
We
thanks
do.
again.
Thank you
Yes.
again. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you
All right.
soon.
Bye.
Bye.